Welcome back everyone to another episode of Tyler's Fishing Post, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to dissect a lake you have never fished before, or you've fished but it's been a very long time since you fished it. Behind me is the Claremont chain, and we have actually not fished that in a very long time. It's been at least 5 months at least, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, just taking a wild guess here. But anyway, I'm going to show you how to dissect this lake, and yeah, with that, let's jump into today's video. So guys, there it is, the Claremont chain. Bam, it's beautiful. There's the boat ramp. Then we also have this beautiful area over here. I really enjoyed doing the B-roll right in this area. It looks super cool. So yes, let's jump in, let's get on the Lowrance, and let's jump into how you start to fish this lake. Because I mean, we just got out here and like, what do we start fishing first? So let's jump into it. So guys, I have the Lowrance up, and first I'm gonna jump into the charts, the maps, whatever you wanna call it. And yes, this is where we were sitting right now. Let me just zoom out so you can see what the Claremont chain looks like. And you can apply this with any lake, okay? So the Claremont chain is pretty big. We have this lake we're sitting in now, and it goes to that lake, that lake, that lake, that lake, and this huge chain. We don't really go north a whole lot. We normally stay in the lake we're in now, because that lake does pretty good. Then you have this lake, this lake, this lake, and then this big lake down here, and it ends there. So yes, this is what we have to work with today. So how do you get into a lake like this? So you're gonna have grass, you're gonna have docks, you're gonna have offshore stuff, moving water if there is any, and yes, all that stuff to fish. So how do you start? So first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually wanna start right by the boat ramp and just start fishing this way. Because as soon as you get into a lake, you don't wanna just go driving across the lake. I mean, why would you do that unless you see something really good? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start right by the boat ramp, and we're gonna work up to this little opening where this cut is. Because if you can see, there should be some flowing water, because you have all these lakes below it that could have some rain go through it, and all those lakes could fill up, and it would all be coming into here, which is the only way in or out from all those lakes down south. So yes, that's what we're gonna start with today. So that is what we have over here. That is all that area. We have basically just grass. That's all it is. And then if you can see that bridge right there, that is where we're gonna be stopping and checking to see if the water's moving. And then we're gonna see what we're gonna do from there. Probably fish some docks and just dissect it. I haven't really looked at the water temperature yet. So let's start fishing and let's see if we can catch any. It is super windy today, if you haven't noticed. Like, that flag should be a good indication of how windy it is today, because that is a big flag and it is blowing really good. So let's get the boat in the water, let's get started. Well guys, first spot of the day, boat ramp's right there. We're starting right in here. We're gonna work this way towards the bridge. And first thing I'm gonna throw is the frog. Because I mean, look in front of me. Just look in front of me. Like, it looks so good. So I'm gonna throw this frog, and if I don't get anything in here, you could try a bunch of stuff back there if you know that they're back in here. Like, throw a swim bait, you could throw a Senko in there, you could throw like a worm in there. Anything, if you know they're back in there. So a frog is just pretty easy to find them, because they can't stand this frog. Or a whopper plopper if you want to throw it back in there. I actually would if I knew they were back there, but I'm gonna throw a frog back in here for a little bit. Maybe a worm if I see some activity. Then after that, I'm gonna try this grass line. And there's not really any offshore structure here, at least that we know of. We haven't fished it enough, but as far as I know, there's no offshore grass, and yeah, I'm gonna stop talking, but I'm just kind of breaking it down for you guys how I would fish this. And I'm gonna do this with everything, docks, other structure, and even other places in the lake look just like this, because you just never know. But make a few more casts in here, and then I'll start throwing like a square bill on this grass line, maybe even a Cinco. We've had some luck with a Cinco in here, but I'm gonna disregard like all the times we've caught fish here and just be like, if I was never fishing, this is my first time fishing here, then what would I do? So this is what I'm doing. We have a nice little dock up in there, which is, if you can see, there's like no docks on the stretch, so that one dock might hold some fish. But yeah, let's just start fishing. There you go, got him. Stay on, fish. Stay on. Oh, did he get off, guys? I feel like he got off, guys. Oh, did he get off, guys? Oh, he's still on. He's still on. This grass is a little thick, guys. Just need to get that fish off the grass. There we go. Nice, guys. First fish of the day on the speed worm. Been throwing a lot of stuff. Man, he choked it. Awesome, guys. First tiny little fish of the day. All up shallows. Like, he was like all the way up against the bank. And yes, we fished this section through here. We've been flipping it. We've been frogging it. Been throwing moving baits along the edge of it. And yeah, first fish of the day. Not a huge pattern. Doesn't tell us a whole lot, but tells me that they're up shallow. Or at least this guy was. So if we catch another fish up shallow, then we'll know there could be a possible pattern here. So keep fishing. So guys, we made it to the bridge, and there's some good current coming out of here, which is awesome because all the canals going that way in between the lakes are gonna have some good current, and even the canal that goes to the next lake north of us, that's gonna have some good current. So with it being so hot, water temperature is 87 degrees, these fish are they're gonna wanna be near the current. And what I'm doing now is getting a bird's nest. Nice. What I'm doing now is I'm throwing a weightless swim bait. I should probably put a weight on it, but what I'm doing is letting it sink and just slowly swimming it. And there should be some fish down there eating, munching on some fish. Whatever I just said. But anyway, let's just keep fishing, keep casting, see what happens. So guys, we just fished the bridge, and this lake is really, really, really small. The canal to go to the next lake is right over this way. And this is like, I gotta think, this has gotta be one of, there's only 2 or 3 lakes that have pads in it. And most of the canals also have pads in it. But this is pretty much one of the only lakes that's just all pads. So we're gonna try some lily pads, see what happens. And then we're gonna move to the next canal, fish a little bit of that, see if there's any fish in there where the current is. And then from there, we're gonna have to see what the conditions look like and where these fish might be. We're gonna have to just have to wait and see. So let's keep fishing. Yeah, there's too much timber in there, but oh, there you go, that's a fish. There you go. Nice, guys. Nice, man, he's decent. He's like a 2. He's swimming out the boat. He's swimming out the boat. Nice, guys, nice. Yes. Nice, guys, awesome. On the speed worm. Ouch, fish. Nice, guys. So we got a little bit of a pattern, kind of. So up shallow, mainly. These fish are super shallow. He was sitting right by that cypress tree. Barely hooked him by the skin there. Thank you, fish. Just throwing the speed worm. He's a decent, chunky 2-pound fish. Water temperature is a little bit cooler over here. I saw it was 85 a minute ago, and now it's 86. But yes, by these cypress trees, it could be a little bit of a pattern, because the next big lake, I'll probably show it on the map, the next big lake that's south of us, it's just all cypress trees. So if they're by the cypress trees, and that's what they're moving up to, is around the cypress trees, the lake south of us could be really good. So nice. Throw them in a live well for a picture later, and let's keep fishing. Well guys, we just came out of this canal. I'll have a map up there for you. And we did not catch anything through this canal. We stopped at the bridge. We fished from the bridge all the way out, and this lake is a no-wake zone if the water is so high, and the water is really high, and on the back of this sign, it has a marker saying if it's over this mark, then you have to idle all the way across, and sadly it's over that mark, so we have to idle all the way across this lake to get to the next one. And we're gonna do that. Water temperature is 87 degrees. So far the only pattern is they're somewhat up shallow and they're not around the moving water. They should be around the moving water, but so far we have not been able to catch any fish around the moving water. So we're gonna try some other stuff. We're gonna flip some cypress trees and see what happens, try to find some shallower water and see what happens. So guys, here's what we're doing. I'll put up a map on which lake we're in. We're in this lake right here, and what we just did was right when we came out, we started driving around the lake looking for something that's different, anything. And we ran around the entire lake, and these are the first patch of reeds that we've found, and there's actually some more reeds over here. But around the entire lake, like, we went pretty far around, and this is the first little patch of reeds that's up here. So we're gonna fish these cypress trees, flip this dock, and then we're gonna flip these reeds because it looks good. But yeah, that's just looking for something different. You can catch a fish pretty easily, like where the grass changes, or when you have like a dock that is not around grass, and then you find a dock that has grass around it, you wanna fish all the stuff that's like different.
One eternity later.
There we go, got him. Oh my gosh, guys. Holy cow. Nice. Oh, that scared me, guys. That scared me. Whew. Man, put the poles down. Holy cow, guys, that scared me so bad. Like, we're in the very back of a canal. Like, we just fished all of that, and it has been really slow. I was just about to sit down and be like, okay guys, so what do you do when you fished everything and you just have no idea what to do? You just say, what have I not fished yet? And we have not fished a canal yet, and a canal that has no moving water. The water's just stagnant. There's duckweed, and there's duckweed all throughout this canal. Like, this canal looks really good, but this fish was sitting under the duckweed, right on the edge of the grass, under a dock in the shade. That is a crazy combination of what this fish was doing, and it's going to be hard to find more fish just like this, because I mean, you got, looks like 2 or 3 different kinds of grass all combined together, all growing in the same area, and then you have duckweed, and it's just insane. So I was popping my frog through there, and I was like, okay, I'm done. And this is like my last cast. I throw it in there, I was popping it, it gets all the way up to the edge of the grass, and I just stop it. I turn around and look, and I just hear bam, and I was like, oh my gosh, and just, so yes, I'm about to sit down at the Lawrence with you. We actually might try one more spot before I do that, and just show you guys what we fished, a brief overview on what we should do next. Well guys, midday update. I'm gonna show you where we are and the fish we have. It's not over yet, but we're gonna keep fishing, and I'm basically gonna tell you guys what to do when you're in Florida and it's noon and you haven't been doing good. Like, what do you do after that? You fished everything and just like, what do I do? So let's look at the fish. I'll show you the 2 that we have. So those are the 2 fish that we have. You can see they're pretty nice. They're nice fish. Yeah, they're about 2 pounds. Decent fish. Now let's jump over to the maps and show you guys what we've been doing and what we're gonna do next. So guys, this is where we are now. We started up in this lake right here, and we are down in between these 2 lakes right in here. And we're basically fishing this canal that goes to the very bottom lake. It's far south. And yeah, this lake's never been too good to us, so we aren't even gonna try it just because it's pretty much all grass and it's pretty much the same as what's in the other 2 lakes. But the water is moving really quickly through here, and we have had some luck in this canal through here. So what we've been doing is we basically went around the entire lake and we're looking at the docks and trying to pick out stuff that looks different than everything else. Anyway, we're gonna go back into the lake we started in, and there's actually some good docks along this line right here. We're gonna try that, and pretty much we're gonna fish like the stuff we have not fished yet. We fished cypress trees, we fished grass, and the canal that runs north is also pretty good as well. So we're gonna try that. And what you should do, like it's 1 o'clock, what should you do when you fished everything? You just keep fishing. That's the only thing. You just keep fishing and you fish the stuff you haven't fished yet. Offshore has never been too good around here for like this kind of stuff. So we don't really know a whole lot of stuff offshore. So we're gonna go back north and see what happens. Well guys, the day is over and it was a rough day. Water temperature, Lawrence isn't on, but water temperature is like 94 degrees. Super rough day. We only had like 3 fish. And I mean, it is what it is. So, I mean, I hope you guys learned something because that's what this channel is all about. Showing you guys all my spots.
No,
Wait, what?
That's not what it's about.
I mean, wait, no,
It's
that's what I
about
thought this channel was about. That's why people watch.
Yes, that's what it's about. It's trying to teach
Well, I
people
mean,
how to fish.
That's why I thought people watch this channel. It's just, oh, okay, never mind. This channel is about trying to help you guys catch more fish when you go out on the water, and I really hope you guys learned something today. If you did, make sure to smash a like. And I'm so sorry, I forgot to do challenge of the day. It is just so hot, and it was just like, oh my gosh, I forgot to do challenge of the day. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and like always, if you'd like to subscribe, click right down there. If you want to watch some more videos, click right over here, and I'll see you guys next week for another episode of Tyler's Fishing Posts. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week.